Do you feel stuck? Are you having a difficult time maintaining your ideal body weight? Or are you struggling with personal or professional relationships? Well, we're going to discuss your personal mess and how you can live life optimally coming up.
Living Optimally with Pamela Jones is brought to you by Meditating Motivators.
Hi, and welcome to Living Optimally with Pamela Jones. What does it mean to live optimally? What does it mean, optimal health? People always talk about optimal living, optimal health, but people nowadays, we're living in a fitness crazed world. Everybody wants to get in shape, everybody wants to lose weight, but we don't know how to be able to maintain and sustain. So 3 words I always want us to focus on is obtain, maintain, and sustain. So what do I mean by optimal living? Let's talk about it. First of all, physical is a part of your optimal living. Mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. Now, when you put all those together, the P, the M, the E, the SS, we always like to say that's your personal mess. We all have personal mess. So living optimally is being balanced and in alignment in all of these areas. What makes so many people fail at being able to maintain their healthy lifestyle, their weight, is because they're only focusing on one area, which is the physical health. They're running, they're exercising. We've all been on that roller coaster up and down cycle, even myself. How do I know that? Is because, yes, I used to be 75 pounds heavier than I am right now. See what I mean by we all have been on that roller coaster? But what is the difference now in being able to stay and sustain at the healthy weight? It is lifestyle. It's your behaviors. And I always like to say it's learning to live from the inside out, not outside in. Most of the time now with social media around, what people are doing is you find somebody, oh, this person has started a new phase and they've lost a lot of weight. So I want to be able to do this. How do I lose weight? What do I want to? I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 30 pounds. So they're only focused on how to lose the weight. Now, if you ask, how do you lose 75 pounds? Well, for years, I've actually learned to be able to just dwell on traditions, what those patterns that I learned from a childhood, how to eat, what foods were healthy, and most of the time it was for survival. But what I've learned is throughout the years of studying health, wellness, I found out for years I've always been into anatomy, physiology, learning what foods break down in the body, what foods are healthy, which ones makes us hold on to weight and where. So I always like to say knowing your body type is very important. Do you carry adipose, which is fat tissue? Do you carry it higher around your heart, or do you carry it low around your waist? Or when you hear people talk about body types of endomorph, ectomorph, or mesomorph, are you muscular? Or endomorph, are you a little bit rounder, looking like a little bit of a doughboy? Or is it ectomorph, where you have more of a lean skeletal body? So those types of things was very interesting to me. So I had to find out where I lagged in that position. Now, I also realized in life that change as we get older. We've all experienced that because back in high school and college, we could eat things at 2 o'clock in the morning, lay down, get up, and it not even faze us because our metabolism was so high. What has happened over the years? Well, I tell you what happened over the years for me and most of you is life. We have stressors, we have things like grief, we become overworked because we have families to be able to deal with. So with that happening, then the weight sets in. Stress causes the weight to just sit there. Our body releases certain things like cortisol and it just sits there. So that is what I learned within myself. So it kind of snuck up on me, but I was also in denial. So losing those 75 pounds, what did I do? There was many things I've done to lose the weight. I actually worked out until my knees were blown out because in fact I had 3 knee surgeries. Yes, I used to be an athlete. Another thing is I would do different things where I would try an eating fad. So whatever the new diet was at the time, believe me, I tried it. Yes, I saw success, but going back to those 3 words we said in the beginning, obtain, maintain, and sustain, what I was not doing was sustaining that healthy weight loss because it hadn't become a lifestyle. So what I want to be able to remind you to do is find your why. Why is it important for you to be able to lose weight? Why is it important for you to be able to live healthy? So don't use the word diet. I stopped a long time ago using the word diet because if you eat donuts and milk every day, that's your diet. If you eat bread and with marshmallows on it, guess what? That's your diet. So we can psychologically tell ourselves that we're doing something when we're really not. So we want to be able to make sure you become so successful. So once and for all, you can be able to maintain the weight that you want and then also sustain it. So with that being said, how did I get the weight off? So people who have known me for the last few years say, I noticed that you're a certain size. Yeah, I might have lost 20 pounds in the last 6 months. But where did the other pounds come from? I had to completely shift. Now, I also used to be able to I used to go to like stores and buy like the big bulk of Tylenol and ibuprofen, The reason why is because I had so much inflammation in my body. I had so much joint pain. So what was the problem with that? I was trying to only work on the outside in. So I had to go deep into the cells. Now, the cells is a tricky thing. Now, what I want to be able to tell you about the cells is when we are created, even before we're born, we are a little cell. And with that little cell is programmed. So think about the word program because in episodes to come, I'm going to tell you about how to deprogram the program that you learn from infancy. Okay? So what I mean by that little cell has programming. But what we do is when we're born, there's certain things we learn and we do it by habit. We are taught by our parents, by our environment that we live in. Environment is so key. So most of the time we eat for survival. Now I used to eat ramen noodles all the time. Why? Because they were like 10 and 20 cents per pack. And going through college, we all did that. We didn't have a clue what it was doing to the inside of our body. Been there. Yes, that's probably where the extra 75 pounds came from. But you're probably there. Now, if you're sitting there eating ramen noodles right now, put it down. Put it down, okay? So what I wanted to be able to say about that little cell is we program ourselves by what is around us. So as we become more aware, that old saying is when we know better, we do better. So this is a show that's going to help you be able to learn the things that you need in order to do better. So make it a lifestyle change for a lifetime. So with that 75 pounds that I lost, one of the things that I did was I wanted to go back to those original cells. I wanted to go deep into the cells. I didn't want to just, how do I shrink the outside body? Let me reprogram the cells. How do I take the inflammation out of my body? Which foods give me energy? Which foods give me life? I used to live to eat, but now I eat to live. So I eat the foods that actually put life into me. And I'm going to show you the same foods that are around you all the time, but just being able to learn which ones to do without feeling that you have to be broke to be able to do it, or I can't afford these foods. Because in shows to come, this show is going to be phenomenal because you're going to be able to see ways that you can go in and buy some of the same things that you even pay higher at your regular grocery chains. You're going to be able to learn how to get those even cheaper, but it's just the style, and you will learn how to be able to dwell without feeling that you have to be able to eat consistently.
How does your small business stay top of mind with customers? From deals that bring them in with an offer, to social media promotions that turn fans into customers, to events that engage and create buzz, to emails that keep loyal customers coming back. Our easy-to-use tools will keep you in front of your customers.
Visita provides a complete business calendar, fully integrated with your client scheduling experience. You can view and manage your daily schedule, and any upcoming meetings, and most importantly, schedule new appointments and follow-ups with your clients. Using Visita Calendar for client scheduling will save you time and deliver a better service to your clients. Visita Calendar automatically syncs with your existing calendar on Google, Outlook, iPhone, and more.
Welcome back. At this moment, we would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and, of course, you, our viewers, for making this show possible. Now, what does it mean being optimal? We want to be able to go into optimal health. Now, reminding you about the physical, mental, emotional, social, as well as spiritual. Now, I wanted to be able to remind you of those different areas because being optimally healthy means being balanced and in alignment in all of these areas. Have you ever known someone that goes out and they run all the time, but they're not healthy? That's what happens a lot of times when people are just focused on being fit. Being fit and fitness is physical. So what we're going to do in the upcoming episodes is we're going to break down each one of these areas. So we want you to be able to tune into each one. So when I say physical, when we focus on your physical health, we're going to look at areas on nutrition, being able to be properly nourished, but being able to know which foods are electric, which foods are healthy, which foods are hybrid. That means it looks like it's natural and healthy, but is it naturally grown from the earth, or was it derived from a combination of foods, but thinking about you putting that in your body. Also, we'll talk about the physical fitness of losing weight. Then we'll also focus on your sleep. What kind of sleep are you getting? All of these things go into the physical area. Then also we're going to do episodes that are focused on mental. The mental, what are you putting into your mind? What are you reading? That's always a good key. So we'll look at different areas of your mental health. And mental health will also differentiate that between your mental state. A lot of people get that confused. We all have mental health. All right, so we'll actually focus on what are those things that keep you motivated. And notice the motivation that come in. We all are able to do that tool. Also with the emotional, how do you feel? Some people can physically be fit, but they're not happy, they're not fulfilled. I don't know what my purpose is in life. I don't know what I'm supposed to be here. I'm not happy as a person. So those things, we're going to be able to bring those into an alignment. Also, the S for social. You may be struggling with relationships. That is another thing. What is love like? Not only just with a significant other, but your relationships with coworkers, family members. All of these things are different types of relationships, and we'll give you key tools to be able to stay healthy with all of those areas. Now, also the last S is spiritual. That is one that I find that is so important. And the reason why spiritual is so important is I want to be able to help you get a full understanding, not to get spiritual confused with religion. So this is it has nothing to do with whatever religion you have, or if you don't even have a religion at all. It is what you are spiritually. And when I say that, connecting on meditation. A lot of people say they pray. So this is something I want you to think about as you're tuning into the upcoming shows, is praying is a great thing. We should all have that prayer. That's wonderful. But prayer is always extending our thoughts out to a greater source. But do we actually be still enough to meditate and be still on the answers that we are seeking? So we'll talk about a lot of different ways that you can be able to meditate. And also, people don't understand that meditation itself can actually lower blood pressure, relieve stress, and help you with your whole vitality all over your entire body. So we're going to talk about those in so many different ways, and you're going to be surprised how easy it is to meditate without being zoned out, sitting on the floor. So you're going to have so many fun ways of being able to do that, so you don't want to miss that. And then also another thing with your spiritual is being able to know your life purpose. On a day-to-day basis, I actually have conversation with so many people of all ages. And believe it or not, I have conversation with people who are much older than me who actually admit, I've never really known what my purpose is. what we do is, going back to those sales we talked about earlier, is we become programmed to do a job or a career so good that we think that is our calling, and it's not necessarily our calling. We just became so good at doing what it is that we chose to do. But there's something that's still missing inside. We don't feel fulfilled. So you see, all of these things are coming in the upcoming shows. So we want to help you find your personal fulfillment, and always leaving you with your calling is what you were made and created to do. Your career is what you just learned to do, and that's what you get paid to do. Now, we actually need both, which are very beneficial, but I want to help you find successful ways for you to be able to tap into your own personal purpose. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you received a lot of great information. I want to ask you to continue to tune in to bizlinks.tv for our upcoming episodes. To reach me, you can reach me at my website at meditatingmotivators.com, or you can email me at pam@meditatingmotivators.com. Send me your questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. With that being said, here's to you living optimally.